Hello and welcome, everybody. I have breaking news. There's an emergency that can happen at any time. At any time, you, your family, your community can be affected by an emergency. Well, today I'd like to welcome everyone. I'm Dr. Simmons, and today's topic is to focus on the benefits of being prepared, whether it's a natural disaster, power outage, electric, other crisis. Being ready can save lives and reduce stress. Let's learn more about being ready and being prepared. It's just so important. Everything is changing. Our government is always evolving, life is always evolving. Even with an election period, that cycle, there's changes in leadership, there's changes in approaches. It could be from a conservative to a more progressive. These shifts, whatever happens, can be an emergency situation to our health care, our education. So I'm not just talking about the things that can happen in our weather report, but things can happen as an emergency at any time. And it's just important to stay informed on how these can impact our lives and what we can do about it, how we can be more prepared for any kind of emergency that would happen. It's all about being prepared for the emergency because things will happen in our world today and we want to be prepared. And that's what we're going to talk about. And one of the things I like to do is make sure that we just stay woke. Just stay woke, stay aware of what's going on in our community and the social changes that can affect your community and can affect your life, your family's life. It could be very important. Anytime there's an emergency and you're not prepared for the emergency, it could really cripple you in your thinking and what you feel. Just look at this video here. We have clouds that are there, and those clouds could mean potential rain. But are we ready for rain? Did you bring an umbrella? And if you're not ready for that potential rain, it could be a landslide or a storm that's approaching. And if you don't prepare for the rain with an umbrella, maybe you will have a hardship. But one thing about it, it'll be a lesson learned. Next time, bring your umbrella, but only to face the opportunity that it may have discomfort for you. So we don't want to complain about how things are evolving around us. We want to just be prepared. Be prepared as an individual, be prepared as a family, prepared as a community. Let's just remain calm and be prepared. Why? Why we need to prepare? We need to prepare because emergencies will happen, as I said before. Emergencies happen without warning. And preparation is one way that you can plan and how you react. Preparation will reduce panic and confusion. To be prepared means you won't panic. And that helps disasters and things that happen, but to prepare you in a situation makes a big change in how you respond to that emergency. So preparation empowers you to feel comfortable with quick decision making, and sometimes it's necessary to make quick decisions under stress. When you're personally prepared, you experience less fear. You have stress and crisis knowing where, let's say that you know where the emergency kit is. Let's say that you know what you're supposed to do in the light of an emergency. Let's say that you know where that umbrella is when that storm is coming. Because once we do that, it actually helps us to build confidence. To build confidence that we're prepared and we are in a stronger position to respond calmly and effectively. So, our topic today is about the benefits of being prepared because the breaking news is that emergencies can happen at any time. And we want to build that confidence that we can handle emergency. Wisdom is key. Wisdom is key. It will give you the right decision every time. When you have wisdom and knowledge about a situation and understand that there's no reason to fear when trouble comes, even when you're surrounded by emergency situation, you know that wisdom is the key, and with preparation, wisdom and preparation takes effort. But guess what? Effort pays off every time. Wisdom will pay off every time. And that's what I wanted to communicate with you, that if you have the wisdom and the preparation, you can handle a crisis. You don't have to be just all over the place running around with your head cut off because you don't know what to do or how to do. And things will take, it will be unexpected. An emergency means that it's something that happened unexpected. But a lot of times, if you prepare as much as you can, then you are prepared and you have wisdom on how to handle it. We want to prepare for our family, our community, and for ourselves. Being prepared for emergency will build your confidence. It helps your loved ones to feel safe and you to feel safe knowing that they're safe. It encourages communication and planning. I remember once we had an earthquake here in Los Angeles, California. It was a major earthquake. And what we had established, first of all, we wasn't prepared for the big one that came. We always knew that we lived in a community that we could have earthquake, but we just wasn't prepared at all. So the next time when we did prepare our family, we had a plan and we had a communication for what would happen if an earthquake really occurred in our community. So being prepared for earthquake will build your confidence with strategies to learn and understand. Your ultimate goal is to be able to roll with the adversity and disasters in your community and in your family. And we want to check in on others as we have a community. We all have a community that we work with, and we want to share information, and we want to prepare individuals to be stronger and safer in our community. And when you're ready, you're in a position to help others that need the help. And so you might want to communicate. You want to also have the awareness for the what's happening in our world today. Even make sure being informed about what could happen in our world today as a crisis, if there is a crisis that could be prepared for, or knowledgeable, just knowledgeable. We talked about wisdom, just having enough wisdom on how to handle it. Especially more important, let's educate our youth on what's important in participating in democracy. Our strength as a nation comes from being actively informed citizens, and we want whatever information you have that you can relate to a younger population, then please do that so that we're sharing information to our community, because it builds a stronger effort of support. It also prepares us. It prepares our community as we work as a team. So let's be ready. Create a list of contacts. Those are things you could do. Make a list of contacts to help your clients or your family, and or if you have participants and you have a home or something and housing participant, make an emergency contact list, and not just in your phone, because we don't know what will happen to those phones during an emergency and a crisis. You may have to hand write a list or type a list and have it ready, and then maybe put it in a backpack or put those necessary things. Get a backpack and put in personal items that you think you would need during an earthquake that you don't have to gather. Have a copy of your ID or your medical records, and maybe a small first aid kit of some sort, and even a checklist, because sometimes when you're under crisis, it's hard to think clear. But if you know, oh, I have the backpack, let me grab it. When you grab it and you look in the backpack, you have a checklist that you wrote. Make sure you do this. Make sure the gas is off. Make sure the lights are off. Whatever you decide to put in that checklist, put it there. But you're prepared, and it feels good to know that all you have to do is grab that backpack and run out the house or leave. And not only, better yet, it may not have to be a backpack. It could be a fanny pack. Make a fanny pack that you prepare and put some small items in it and a contact list. Put that in a fanny pack and be able to grab that fanny pack and check on it periodically, so that you're maybe annually you check that the things that you put in your backpack or your fanny pack is not expired, because you really want to make sure that you're prepared for any emergency. Because I say be ready, get ready, because then you don't have to get ready, because we've had a lot of situations happen in our time and during the process of me producing this information, we had COVID to come. We were not prepared for a lifestyle of wearing masks and the things of not seeing family members and sheltering in place or not being able to travel and to do the things that we were accustomed to doing. That was an emergency situation. Also, we've had several others in Los Angeles. We had major fires in some communities where whole communities are all burnt down and they've lost their homes. They've lost everything. We've had some urgent emergencies that were out of our control, as emergencies are. But any way we can prepare, it will help ease the pain. It would help ease the pain. So, also practice drills with your family or your community. Practice what you would do in the case of emergency. This is just a giving you a heads up that it's time to plan. The benefits of planning will pay off for you. So when should we do this? When should we do this? When should we start planning? Now. We should plan now. Let's not wait for another crisis to come if we're not already in a crisis mode now. Let's not wait. Why should we be unprepared? Take small steps each and every day until you have prepared yourself, your family for emergencies, and your community. Communicate with your family and your community, working as a team in the case of emergency. Let's not wait. Because the more we do today, the safer we'll be tomorrow. And share with others what you've learned. And make sure you understand that when I tell you to prepare for emergency, I'm also asking you to seek God in your preparation so that God, the wisdom is above all things, that God will come first in your life. If God will come first in your life, he can communicate some steps that you can take that will prepare you so that you can have peace in the process of an emergency. Because see, time waits for no one. And I'm just asking you, don't walk in fear, walk in faith. In Matthew 6:34, therefore take no thought for tomorrow. In other words, the thought is don't worry about tomorrow. Because God has tomorrow and he cares about you, he cares about your family. Is there anything too hard for God? There's nothing too hard for God. So I want you to be bold in your faith. I want you to be bold in the arrangements that you make. I want you to be secure mentally, physically, in all that you do. And I want you to trust God and walk by faith. And make sure that you know that as you walk by faith, you are preparing on purpose. You're preparing yourself, you're preparing your future, you're preparing your youth. And you're going to walk by faith and trust God because above all things, God got you. He got you. Without a doubt, he got you. Well, I'd like to thank you so very much. I'm Dr. Simmons, and I believe with all my heart that God uses ordinary people to do extraordinary things. And God may use you to do something extraordinary. So don't worry. Walk by faith and trust God and prepare on purpose. I'm Dr. Simmons. Thank you for letting me share.